What is going on, GNA Nation? This is Duridu along with,
Soberoni.
and today marks the first degenerate episodes of many of DouJin DunJin.
Woo!
As we have said multiple times, this is going to be our hentai podcast. Um, Before we start though, just want to clarify the uncensored episodes, quote unquote, where you're gonna see us literally browsing through the porn is going to be um it's going to be put up on Google Drive, available for our Patreons? Question mark.
Yeah, so if you
Yes.
want to see what we see, instead of whatever Drew put up here on the screen right now, go to Patreon, become a patron, join us on YouTube. There's a join button below the video. So if you're interested, there it is.
Yes. Now that we are done shamelessly
That's not the only plug until the end, don't
yeah,
worry.
shamelessly plugging ourselves, let's start. So today's tag will be Fuda. Oh,
Of
Futa.
course, it'd be Fuda. We have to start with Fuda first.
Yes, Fuda, Futa
As they say,
first.
Fuda first.
Fuda first. For those who don't know what Fuda is, I'd be happy to define it for you. According to honeysanime.com slash Wikipedia, because their definitions are very similar. The word futanari in Japanese translates directly to, quote, to be of two kinds, and is the word commonly used in Japanese language for hermaphroditism, being both male and female. In the world of anime and manga, futanari refers to characters that have both male and female sexual characteristics, such as both breast and a penis, usually at the same time. Sometimes it's also used in anime to refer to a character that can switch between being male and female, thus having 100% of that sex's characteristics, depending on which form they are in, quote unquote. Yeah, I'm not about to read the whole paragraph. Basically, for layman's terms, it's describing in 90% cases like a woman who basically has a penis and a
Although
vagina,
it,
or
it
just
is,
a
yeah, I
penis.
was gonna say it's very fluid because you
Yes.
can, a penis and vagina, you can just have a penis.
Yes. And you can be a
It's yeah.
man with both, you know.
Although that's like good luck finding that.
Well, it got a little bit
Oh,
easier
what
thanks
did
to
you find?
Shizuoka reviewers, Crim.
Oh, well, that's true.
Exactly. Because I
Maybe
remember,
there'll be a renaissance on this
do you remember?
male fooders.
Because do you remember when you told me that, like, you were arguing that, like, oh, Crim's a Fuda, and I was like, no, he's not. I thought Fuda were
Mm.
girls with him. He's technically not a girl. But then they're like, the definition, you're right. Crim is also counts as a Fuda. It's just we don't see too many men as like men Fudas. It's usually strictly female, to the point where I thought it was just strictly female.
Mm-hmm. See,
But
we're learning already.
exactly, and that's kind of what this podcast is about. That is kind of what that podcast is about. Now, um, to all of our patrons watching, you can obviously see the
You can see
Dojin.
a lot.
Yeah, you can see a lot. But before we review that, Oni, what was your first time encountering Fudanari?
As cliche as it is, I'm gonna probably say Bible Black was the first time I saw a food because I mean, it's been around forever, and
You
that's
know
the
what?
first
I
time I
feel like
actually
you might be
recommend.
right. I
Yeah,
think
it's
it
the
might
first
be
time I actually
from
remember seeing Fuda like in
same.
and recognizing it
And
as. I
I
mean, I probably
rem-
saw some random picture of
and
him.
I remember being I when I tell you I saw that, I like freaked out. I freaked the fuck out. I was like, "Oh no." I was like I think at that time I was already feeling weird about kind of having my furry fetish when I was a teenager.
Mhm.
Um and yeah, guys, when I was a teenager, I was basically like a Fujoshi in a 13-year-old's body. Um, but yeah, so I was like dealing with that, being like uncomfortable with myself in that sense. So when I saw that, I was like, oh no, that's just That's just a whole another. I was like, I don't physically think I can do this as well.
I'm pretty sure Bible Black is like the Dragon Ball Z of hentai in the sense that it's like it turned a whole generation on to hentai as Dragon Ball Z did for anime.
Mm-mm.
Um, and I can say through the years, like when I first saw it, I was definitely like in your camp where I was just like, "Oh no, what is this? I must not look at this," and I like immediately turned away. But throughout the years, I think I've grown to be like, you know what, it's fine. I'm cool with it. I can watch Bible Black on occasion and be like, this is good.
Um,
Although not the Fuda scenes as much as the regular scenes.
I don't even think I can do the regular scenes because those are also a bit
What?
much. That
You
bank,
should all.
I still remember that bank heist scene. That still
Oh,
scarred me.
that's from Bible Black 2, I think. That one, I don't. That's the stepchild of the series.
That one, yeah, that scarred me. I still think of that to this day.
Have you seen Bible Black dubbed? We gotta watch it dubbed.
Oh my god. Bruh. Oh my god. Wait.
We gotta-
Oh my god. I need to write this down. I need to write this down.
Maybe a potential episode and or patron exclusive or
Oh
something.
my god. Like okay. Woo, but yeah.
Assuming we can get through it. That's the it's gonna be the hardest,
Oh
cringiest
god,
thing.
right. It is Bible Black though. That is oof. Oof. Well, you know what? This series is a bunch of firsts, so who knows?
Right.
Now, Oni, are you ready? It is time to enter the dungeon.
You're
First we are going to be covering what's the name? Eire Kengo Nanaban Shobu Shobu Nea Bangai. Do you know what any of that translates into?
nope.
Okay, just in case you did know, just in case if you did know.
I will be on the lookout for somebody with much easier names to pronounce and
So
read.
I picked this one specifically because I was like, oh, it has a dude in it. Usually when I see most Fuda, it's usually girl on girl, like 90% of the time. So I saw this one with oh god, what's his name? I keep forgetting.
Amakusa.
Is I feel like I dislike him so much sometimes. I
Just
don't want to say his
physically
name.
his name.
I
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, Masuka's in it, and I'm just like, oh, there's a dude in it. So let me read it. That's why I chose this one. So
There's a distinct difference between what we've chosen as our
yeah, Oni.
examples.
I don't really know what Oni chose because I didn't really
Mhm.
have time to read through it. But apparently, it is very different.
Yes.
Um. So Sashi gets a penis from Merlin. Big shock. Shout
Oh,
to
yeah. Very, very cliche storyline right
very
there for the
cliche.
dungeon.
Very cliche.
Wait, did she smack him in the head? She's not even gonna smack him in the face with it?
Is that what you thought was gonna happen?
Yes. I mean, if you wave your penis in front of somebody, I assume you're gonna smack them
That
in the
is so rude. That is not what two loving people do to
And
each
you cannot
other.
say Musashi is not the type to do that. I feel like Musashi would slap a couple people with her head.
Did we not read? Did we not play through Shimosa?
Exactly, which is why I think she would smack a couple of people with her head.
First of all, before she even pulled the penis out, it'd be like a 10-minute monologue of being like, "Hey, hey, Tomosuke or Cheesecake, whatever the frick the baby's name is.
Mm.
Let me tell you about life. Life,
Yeah, let me.
having a dick is great."
Oh god, now you made me think of a fucking potential doujin where Musashi is a dick and Tasuke and Onue are there. Oh
Oh
no.
no! Oh god! Get away! My
Maybe they die at the
toe.
end or something. The only way it could be
Yeah.
a viable good
Yes.
doujin.
And then I die at the end of that as well. That is the best story in that timeline. So yeah, so he's like, "Oh my god, is that a penis?" Uh,
He's is that a like he doesn't have a penis.
yeah, right. Like, is that a penis? And this is where, yes, as you would imagine, she starts taking control of the situation. You know, I hope you're happy.
It is distinctly romance. See, this falls under the category of more romantic
There's like the hard
than
fucking, like,
lewd. Yeah, it's not. This is not my thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's not why I picked it though. I didn't pick it because it's romantic. I just picked it because they're the dude. But it's more interesting because look how he's drawn. He's more feminine. Like,
Yeah, he's drawn extremely. He looks. To some pictures, he looks hotter than Musashi.
exactly, exactly. They. It's like it's so weird. It's like, okay, so when I see Fuda in my mind, it's like, oh, you want the girl to be fucking the girl. But in this case, they made the girl fucking the guy, but he looks super effeminate, but he also has the penis. So it's just like interesting.
Oh,
were they trying to? It's like, were they trying to make it Fuda as possible without like just giving him like a vagina?
maybe. So, also, you got a foot job in your DouJin there. Exactly. I feel like that's an extra point.
That is an extra point. I totally forgot about this. Yeah, so are you Musashi foot fans? There you go. I hear you guys on Discord talking about her. Look and look at this. Look at this. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful he looks.
He's definitely drawn way more feminine than she is.
Like what the? Oh, it's crazy. And then this is what I'm just like, and this I did not expect. I was like, oh.
You didn't expect her to put it
in? No, I didn't expect him to be the bottom. Well, I kind of was like,
nah, he looks like the bottom.
At the other two pages, I was like, maybe, and I'm like, oh, definitely. Oh, that's happening. That's what shocked me. And this was super shocking. Also, I love how he's just like, I'm assuming this is definitely the Amaska from Shimosa arc.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking to Apocrypha. I always forget he's in Shimosa.
Yeah, no, he looks all demony.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, now he looks like pure demon girl there.
Exactly. Like what the heck? Like this looks like a lolly.
Yeah, I mean it's funny because everyone always says like when there's like that debate like is Shuten a loli or whatever, and like it really depends how you draw them. And when you see something like this, it's like yeah, you could draw anyone to look any way you want and still be in character to some extent.
You really can. I find that so fascinating. I mean, hey, they put a dick on Musashi and it's still Musashi.
Somehow it fits her character though.
So blah blah. Sex is great, but yeah, it's more. Yeah, it's definitely more passionate than.
Yeah, I wish I could read it because I'm curious about what the scenario is where these two would be engaging in such lovey-dovey romance.
Well, there's
aside from Musashi just being eternally thirsty.
Excuse me. I remember those Shimosa days where she's like, "Oh, that tree."
Actually, are we sure this is not just a deleted scene from the
game? This is as his spirit origin was fading. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, let me hit it for the one time. Yeah. Oh, it actually seems really cute. What's happening here?
Yeah, it is cute.
Yeah.
Man, it's so different from what I picked.
It is really different from what you picked, apparently. Before we move on, I was going to round back to this Shizurade Nido DouJin, but I feel like I went a little crazy and picked too many options. I just want to point out that I'm not a fan that they definitely like whitewashed her. Like I was like, this is Caucasian Nido. I was like, wait, I almost didn't recognize her.
Well, by that scan, it looks like they blue washed her actually.
Right? The white and blue. Jesus. So
Yeah,
I
no,
just
they
like,
definitely made her lighter. I thought you were talking about another Fuda Dojin with because Nito has a lot of Fuda Dojins, but yeah, no, that one she's definitely a lot lighter looking.
yeah, because like Oni was like, oh no, but she's normally lighter. She's lighter than Cicerati. I'm like, okay, but look at her, look at her areoles. They're pink. They're super pink.
You
I
could
don't think
she'd still
Nito's would be
be
that
slightly
pink.
pink, maybe
Not
not
this
that
pink.
pink.
Yeah, this is the caucasity of it all pink. Anyways, I just want to point that out. That was something I had a problem with. Let's go into
Yeah, let's go into
the
my
DGen
thing.
things I don't want
This
to.
one,
Is this in English?
yeah, it's in English. You can actually just click through it. This is Mozu, and it's Seiso Batsu Bio. Um, Basically, it's a story about Mordred, and it's a reimagining of her punishment for being a traitor towards Arthur. So, yeah, she's just tied up, and it's going to be brought in by Lancelot. I think that's Lancelot or Agravain, one of those two. And
Yeah, Agravain is here
yeah,
just to tie her up.
his sacred knightly duty, just tie her up and leave her for like meat on a hook for Arthur. And then Arthur just shows up with her giant ass penis.
And even and just as big tits, like
Yeah, you see, this is why I ragged on you for picking such a simple premise. I guess this is also just a really simple setup.
yeah.
This is super low effort in terms
um,
of crafting a
does
story.
does she have a vagina?
Yeah, she has both.
Okay, so she has both in this one. Okay.
Yeah, she has a penis and a vagina.
Hmm.
I think you mentioned it, but Mordred is slightly smaller looking.
Yeah, no, she looks like a lolly
She
in
looks a
this
lot.
one.
Yeah, she looks a lot more lolly-ish, petite-ish. Lancer Artoria looks a lot bigger and more menacing. I think that's just an artistic
God, they
choice.
really are trying to make this about the porn. Just like a penis, it needed to release magical access energy every now and then. Trust me when I say my penis is not magic. So, I don't think that's how it works.
Don't be jealous.
Of her magic penis, I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not. I don't want a penis that big.
Well, Mordred does.
uh,
But yeah, I can probably this type of dojin appeals to me because I think it at the core is why I like Fuda is I just like dominating women. So like as in women who are dominating. So and usually Fudas are the dominant ones. So I don't know, just seeing like Arturia assert dominance over Mordred is a thing.
I think for me, when it comes to dominance, I actually like it when the the person being penetrated takes dominance. I actually like that more instead.
I think we talked about that before on a stream, and I was like, "How
Yeah.
does? I guess it could work."
No,
you're
gonna see. You already know. Actually, I already showed it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, no, but this is where we part ways because
yeah.
this is distinctly more lewd than
I like
yours.
this very normal like blowjob face where she doesn't look like she like fused with the anteater.
Yeah, this one doesn't have anteater faces.
No, even though I know how much I can't wait for that episode where I just talk about how weird that is.
Also, I like Arturia's no.
Fucks.
This ain't no thing.
Yeah,
like, I
no
give
fucks.
no fucks. I don't care if you're choking to death. So Mordred's having a hard time there.
Poor Mordred.
Yeah,
I mean, really poor Mordred. I don't think she's having too bad of a time. Gosh.
Yeah, this is a lot more. I like that ass shot, but this is a lot more.
Oh God, that makes it so uncomfortable because it's an actual ass shot.
The faces are good. I like the facial drawing. I know there's a more sophisticated way of saying that.
Yeah,
the facial animation, but it's not moving. There you go. Facial expressions are really good in this dungeon.
Same. Yeah, just a lot of this is like actually a really good one. Like there's a lot of attention to
Yeah,
detail.
the art is really good. The facial expressions are good.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
their
saying this,
emotion.
and I'm definitely saying this because there are some that are not. I have seen a decent amount of Buddha that was very not good. I was like, oh yikes. Okay, even for the, I guess even for this, I have a standard.
Yeah, there's like real diversity and quality when it comes to dojins in general. So you have to find like good artists. I don't know what other art this guy does or what other dojins this guy does. I only know this one, but I like his art.
Yeah, this is actually really good. Art. Oh my god! Wait. Is that her fingering herself all the way down here?
Yeah, see,
Wow,
it's good attention to
that
detail.
is a very good attention to detail. That was really not necessary. It's the little things. It's just...
Just a little, yeah, like the little add-ons there shows so much work and attention to your craft.
uh,
Seeing the yeah, but I think this is in line with Mordred's. Also, she just gets slapped. Speaking of in line with Mordred's character,
poor Mordred. Gee, no wonder why she
just
killed you. God.
yeah. I mean, I can't blame if she. I can't blame her.
Yeah, we're getting ruined like that. I think
Between this and getting, if Mordred is out here trying to kill her, this she's getting the short end of the stick. So
oh my god. I hate that they keep calling this the Holy Lands. I hate that. Oh, I hate that.
to be fair, I'm pretty sure Arthur would have done that too. Pretty sure that's canon.
Oh my god, wait, what are they showing her pressing up against? Is that supposed to be like
I'm guessing her cervix. Yeah,
Yeah, that's, I was like,
that's the word.
yeah, listen, neither of us are masters of female anatomy.
Yeah, unfortunately, my female anatomy knowledge comes from dojins, which apparently is not very accurate.
And mine's come from not watching, listening to a sex podcast, which is what inspired me to do this, by the way, because I was like, oh, this is fun. I want to talk about this. It was the lance that had ended her life.
We should do a whole podcast on just really fun translations because hentai does a shit ton of really awesome out of context translations.
Oh no, because you're saying it was the lance that literally killed her, and interesting.
Yeah, look at this lore building we got going on. I told you this. Maybe this is canon.
But then it said her lance is nothing more than a male sex organ. Now, yeah, I think that's where you lose me on the whole canon thing. It was more than. Oh God, we're going into mind break. You didn't tell me this was gonna be mind break.
There's not mind break.
Okay, good.
Maybe that could be a whole separate thing.
I know.
Whole separate podcast.
Who's that in the? Oh, that's Agravain.
Yeah, just chilling, doing as he does.
Why does he look up?
Sad.
Yeah. Like
I don't.
Like, wasn't he a bad person?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I just completely ignored his presence whenever I read this. And again, really good attention to detail and art here in the scene.
Yeah. Wow. That is. Did she literally pull the
labia apart?
Labia.
Yeah.
Just wow. That is so extra. That is so extra.
And this is what makes Arthur a good father.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Okay.
There's another topic to be had. Does this count as incest? I guess it does count as incest.
Oh my god.
See, look, it's romantic.
Oh, but it's incest.
You can also see the bulge. I like the bulge, the stomach bulge.
Oh, that's gross. See, that's gross. Yeah,
you don't like stomach bulges?
Oh, no. I don't like them.
It's a subtle stomach bulge.
No. Oh, I could have gone my entire life without seeing that. Ugh. I hate the ones where they're like, "Ugh, I came inside her and now she's like filled up, like her belly has expanded from the amount of cum I pumped in her. That's so gross. That is absolutely disgusting. And then it all explodes out.
Oh man, don't watch that.
I listen. If that's what we're about to see, it's fine. But ill, but also ill.
But yeah, no. See, they got a little bit of that romance thing going.
Yeah, in a very emotionally and physically abusive way, I guess.
It's not as innocent as the Musashi one, I guess. But then again, I couldn't read the Musashi ones. I don't know what the plot was. For all we know, Musashi was manipulating Amakusa.
Yes, unnecessary Mordred, but
Well, that was Arturia.
that's what I meant to say. Squirt bulge. Okay.
Sound effects. How do they work?
Well, what is that's
is bulge a sound
effect? Like that's not. No, that's not how that works. Ugh. This is gross.
Mordred's happy though, so it's all good in the end.
Aww, question mark.
See, I like the facial expressions. They're all nice. They're so good and so well done. Also, like Arturia's kind of weird looking pupil.
Oh, Yikes. I guess aggravating goes a con. I feel like you've never. Have you even read past the part where they're done?
I read past the part where they're done, but not this part. Like the part where aggravating is just like all self-reflecting. I don't give a fuck about. There's a couple pages after this that's really cool.
Okay, well, we're out of respect for this version of aggravating. I'm going to slowly skim through it.
Through his monologuing.
Yeah. I
do appreciate that they at least gave it some plot. I like when they tie the DouJins into the actual characters and story.
Yeah, because this is very much in Babylon where she's like, excuse me, I'm filling up with magical power, so you can. Oh, it's a mana transfer of sorts, so you can go and do this.
See, and this type of scene makes me think that this guy could also just do a regular straight up like battle manga, like spinoff or something. Like, can we get this guy to do a spinoff of one of the Epic of Remnant chapters or something?
Oh, is this Summer Mordred?
Yeah, it's Summer Mordred.
Yikes.
So it's like Summer Mordred versus regular Mordred, Saber Mordred. Reflecting on her circumstances. The whole thing was just like a flashback, I guess. I wouldn't mind an adaptation of the summer event.
Yes, I love this. I don't really want to say this, but to be honest, opening your legs to your actual father is even crazier. At least I like that. I like this is very tongue in cheek.
Mm-hmm. Self-aware. And then we don't get to fight.
Oh, boo. Actually,
he's like, listen, I gave you enough detail in the sex
scenes. You're right. I can't expect you to do too much. You're good for writing hentai, not for sex scenes. Womp womp. That is, that is okay. How are we doing on time? We're doing pretty good. So much so that I think I'm actually going to show this one because it's also in English. So this is called.
Oh my god, it has comma in it.
Make
you didn't mention comma.
Make a love milk. Oh, she's not, and she's not.
Oh,
yeah.
Boo. Comma's
just she's just fucking shit up for Erish.
Well, even in the one panel she's in, then she's worth it.
Yeah. So basically, she gave her a magical drink that gives her pee-pee.
At least it's not Merlin this time around. Could have been worse.
My tummy hurts so much. I wonder what's happening. Oh, look at her little baby
It's small.
BB. I know. I'm like, oh.
Not not at all like
I
Arturia's.
know.
Step up your
I feel like
game.
you're disappointed almost.
Well, it is funny because when I see, oh, she has balls too. Whenever I
Yeah.
think of Fuda, I always think of just like my inert response is, oh, they must have giant penises. That's usually the
Oh.
case.
Oh, I didn't see her little vagina opening here. Like, I literally thought it was just like
It
a line, like as part of the art. I didn't know that was like a censoring that out.
must suck to
Interesting.
have balls on top of your vagina.
Yeah, because like when you're having sex and you swing, they swing back. So like, are you hitting your
Mm-hmm.
vagina every time?
You would hit your clit with your own ball sack. I guess. I mean, maybe it's super pleasurable. Who knows?
Who knows? So yeah, so she's sad because she can't go on a date with Master with a penis.
Also, if you were getting penetrated, people would just be slamming. I guess that's fine. I don't know. Maybe it's a benefit. Who knows?
Who knows? Oh no, she's discovering the joys of male masturbation. Good for
I
her.
like that it is realistic in all these doujins. Wherever somebody grows a penis, they're just like, "Oh, the first thing I'm gonna do is just masturbate with it." Though,
I mean, like, eh, I'm not gonna lie. If I found out one day, if I just woke up one day and I had a vagina, like, yes, would I freak out? Absolutely. But would I also literally masturbate myself into pieces? 1,000%.
yeah, I think it's a normal human reaction.
And then realize that that I can't. That now it's going to take me 10 years to come, as opposed to the 5 that I'm used to. When
Too much work.
oh, now she's like, no, I'm horny thinking about Master. What if she doesn't love me? It's like, oh,
Was she not horny thinking about master before? Like she had genitalia before.
yeah, but now it's like getting, but like her genitalia wasn't a penis, so
No, this changes everything. The game has been changed.
apparently she really does not care. First of all, this word, I can't stop scrubbing it. I'm like, scrub. Why would you scrub it? First of all, look at Gurako.
Oh, good. It's this Gudiko.
Yeah,
It's a really awesome, cool Gudiko. Got it.
exactly. I've been waiting my little kitten. I love that. Ugh. Don't look at me as she keeps going.
Maybe you shouldn't have left the door open. It's on you.
Oh, she's all embarrassed. And then, like, light bulb. We could just have sex.
Yeah, I don't think it's that much of a bright idea.
We could just have sex.
You got peanut butter in my jelly. Maybe we can combine these into a sandwich.
Yes. She wants Aresh's jelly with her peanut butter.
Mm.
She's like, if you have a dick, we can have sex, right? I'm like, you also you also were having sex before.
By the way, yeah, the dick does not change whether or not you get sex with each other.
Yeah, that yandere face.
Mm.
She's like, yes, it's sexing time. I love you completely become a man, huh? And I'm like, yeah, her vagina's still underneath. And she has boobs.
Well, to be fair, Gurika didn't even get to that part yet. She's still stuck at the top.
She's still stuck at the top. I don't think they get to the vagina.
This is interesting because I do feel like there's distinctly doujins, like for the doujins are made toward, I wouldn't say towards women, but
This is definitely not.
yeah, I feel like maybe towards women as well. Where like there are doujins, for the doujins are distinctly made towards women, and then for the doujins are distinctly made towards guys.
And you think the romantic ones are more towards women?
Mm-hmm. Like things like this, and also it's very penile focused. Like it's all about Aresh's penis, whereas the Mordred one
was all about his Mordred's giant penis.
No, it showed Artorias' penis, but it didn't focus as much on Artorias' penis as it did on
It
like
called it the
more.
Holy Lance. Like it give reference
Yeah,
to every
but
other page, if not every
yeah, but
page.
the majority of the focus is on Mordred's genitalia and her face, her expressions, and all that stuff.
They showed like they showed the ass shots, but they like also showed the penis a lot. Like it just like Mordred's one just felt like a like I was watching a guy like a normal one. It just literally was just a woman with a penis instead.
I'm just saying this one's a lot more focused on the penis than Mordred's one was.
But yeah, she's a lot more passive. Which is what I liked about it. This is what I mean when I tend to like I think the ones where the bottom is more dominant in Fuda. I think I like that in general, but definitely if I had to like read
Mm-hmm.
Fuda, it would be definitely something like this where Kuroko, even though she doesn't have she didn't grow any male genitalia, but she's taking charge.
Right.
Oh, ill. Mm. So swapping, yay or nay, or nothing at all.
Swapping, it depends.
Since it's at
I,
H come, it's not dirty at all. Wait till you find out she has herpes. We'll see how clean you are then, bud. Okay, so then they're gonna go have sex, and she's on top.
mm,
So, and I feel like Erish is very much reacting like just like a very much like a woman, as opposed to Mordred, who just like she seems like the black guy that cuckolds the husband.
mm. Well, I liked Arturia's nonchalant. I give no fucks personality too. So
Yeah, and the beautiful climax. This was cute. Like, look at this
everyone was
pose. Look at this whole.
happy.
Yeah, look at this wholesome pose.
Mm-hmm. And then Kama walks in, or not.
Yeah.
Boo.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, that's part two. Potential.
oh,
Potential for a sequel.
that is Mika Love Milk. Um, yeah, I'm sure you guys obviously know it by this point, but yeah, we're definitely trying to show at least for the Dojins more FGO,
Related stuff. Yeah.
yeah, FGO
Yeah.
related things. But for Fuda, that's very easy to find.
I think for porn in general, it's going to be easy to find anything in FGO.
Okay.
There's such a wide range, and there's so much FGO porn.
Hey, well, that was a nice degenerate dive into some key examples. Well, now that we finally achieved the climax or watched other people do the same, let us discuss. It is time for our pillow talk, where we we usually just discuss. We just discuss. It's basically a free discussion of how we feel about what is happening. I just need to find my little notes. Okay, here we go. So, one thing I want to talk about that for me was it was a little disturbing as I was looking this up on the internet.
Mhm.
Was the differences between futanari or the concept of futanari, traps, and trans woman. I'm pointing these three out because as I kept researching this or attempting to research it,
Mhm.
um, it was very. A lot of people are making the assumption that they were all the same thing. Like they kept using these terms interchangeably. Like you've heard a lot of very out of dated terms, especially talk about futanari like shemale
Mhm.
and words like just tranny. those very like derogatory terms for trans women, and it's like there's a difference, and I think that difference needs to be discussed just in general. Because I said, it's this podcast is kind of about teaching something. So, and I think this is ever lesson to be taught is definitely a difference between between a Fuda, a trap, trans woman.
I'd say the difference is, well, traps are just traps in the sense that they're either, well, strictly sticking with male traps, they're still fully male.
They just
Yeah,
look incredibly effeminate.
They just look like women. And when it comes to Fudas, I mean, they're distinctly women with both parts, or men with both parts. So
exactly,
that's a pretty huge difference.
Exactly, huge difference. Now like, it was so crazy how I literally typed in futanari on even on YouTube, and then it's just like, oh, I'm a trans woman talking about my journey. I'm like, but you're not a futanari. So that confused me. Like, even YouTube doesn't seem to know the difference, which is just a little scary. Or they just put futanari in their tags. I mean,
maybe
that could happen as well. But yes, trans women are just excuse me. Trans women are just women who were born of the male sex and then transitioned, they identify as woman, that is their gender. I guess the thing is, people look at what trans women are, especially before they have SRS, which is short for sex reassignment surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh, it's a woman with tits and a penis, ergo it must be a Fuda. Like, I understand, but it's not quite the same. Like, Futanari is, I feel like it's specifically like a genre. In this case, like in today's time, it's definitely more like a genre. I mean, I guess you could use it to classify like someone who is intersex.
I'd say it's more specifically a genre of
I would say more
hentai.
specifically it's used. I mean, I don't like. I don't know how intersex people in Japan like what word they use to describe themselves.
Pretty sure it is not food.
Hey, let me know. And for those who don't know, even though it's 2020, for those who don't know what intersex is, that is the word to describe someone with hermaphroditism. Also used to be called a hermaphrodite, but the intersex people do not appreciate that word at all. They prefer being called intersex, which is why we are calling them as such. But according to Honey's Anime, once again, honeysanime.com, apparently, because I was kind of worried, I was like, oh, do they have something to like tell, Fudas and like actual trans like women apart? And they do. Apparently, according to the article, the Japanese language has since evolved to differentiate between these characters and real trans women, who apparently they now use the word new half. So as Oni said, that is the word that apparently trans women use to describe themselves, as in Japanese, and Futanari seems to be just a very prominent kink in hentai, which I feel like is more prominent. I think it's more prominent than I think it is. Like,
it's pretty popular.
Yeah, it came up way, like, it's been talked about way too much in our Discord. Like, way too much. I think someone showed one, like, the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just the other day, like, in the Midnight Channel. I forgot which one it was. And I was just like, huh. Wow, that's a thing, huh? I don't know. It's just, well, I kind of want to move on, and for like the last part of this podcast, kind of like maybe try making comparisons between enjoying in 2D and 3D. See if there are any parallels to be drawn. Because for a person who is not like attracted to the genre in any way, shape, or form, it's like it don't like I feel like I have to ask like do men who watch this like are they are they into trans women? Like, is that a fantasy? Like, is there an alternative reason why you want to see this just in animated form, but you wouldn't want to experience this in real life? Like what is the connection or the disconnect?
Well, for me, I can't speak for
Yeah,
everyone because especially because food is not necessarily one of my bigger fetishes, but it's like I said, it's just a domination thing. So I like to see food as that just like that Artoria was, where she's just like, I'm gonna dominate the shit out of Mordred.
yeah.
It would honestly wouldn't have even mattered if she wasn't. I guess if it was just there is a feeling of because it's like an actual penis as opposed to just like a strap on or something. It feels more. I don't know. It just feels more domineering. I don't know, or maybe it's like a self insert thing, like oh she has a penis, I have a penis, or something. I don't know, but they're definitely it feels more visceral if they have an actual penis. So that's just my reasoning.
Hmm. Um, I I think I'm not sure if I said this with you or someone else, but I think another reason was definitely because uh, cause maybe they want to see. I'm trying to remember who said it. They want to see like this kind of category kind of removes the man from the equation, like as a whole.
I think I had a discussion with you about something similar to that, where I was like, technically, there's like mathematically, there's less men in the food or something. Was that our debate?
I think so, like something about that, and I'm just like,
Mm.
but um, yeah, it was just, but it's interesting because then why do you then to people who say that, then why do you like, then why was Futabu so popular then? Because Futabu, it was just while it was all women, it was also all penises and also all
Mm.
vaginas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also gonna guess that the appeal is also just it's funny because I'm not a big fan of Yuri, like
Hmm.
just plain straight Yuri.
Yes,
But
but would you
if
prefer
it's
this?
food on Fuda, yeah,
Hmm.
it's a lot better. I don't know. There's just something about it being more visceral when there's like whenever I picture Yuri, I'm thinking like just like I don't like it's really stupid. You're like two girls just giggling and like tickling each other, and shit. I'm like, all right, that's not intense enough. I need intensity, and I don't know. There's a penis there. It's more intense.
Hmm. I remember us being down like I visited several forums just listening
Mm.
to people talk about it. Most of it was like, ugh. Half of the people were like, ugh. Other people, small amount of people were like, oh my god, yeah, Buddha. And then the other rest was like, oh, well, just not my. I don't know why, but like I don't know why people like it, but different strokes for different folks.
It's one of those things where it's like I'm pretty sure there's a 100 different reasons that people could like it, and it
Mm-hmm.
just comes down to their personal preference. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure there's tons of people who watch it and are, you know, into or anything. Maybe they just like it specifically because they like women with penises.
Mm. I mean,
But
that could be
I'd say
the
that's just like
case.
a byproduct. For me, in my case, it's just a byproduct of me liking more dominating women.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I don't know. I think specifically the Western audience, because like it's the Western audience that loves this shit. It is a Western audience. Like there's some people in like in the Asian community, but from what I've seen, just on like the research I've done, it seems like the Western audience is very like into this. And trust me, if my I feel like our Discord is like a microcosm that definitely reflects that.
Mhm.
Um, So I don't know. It shows that I feel like it just shows this specifically futanari shows the murkiness of human sexuality in a sense. Like it's
Yeah, I
very
agree.
murky. Like you're right. There are 100 ways. I mean, we're just doing this to like kind of just speculate at this point. These are just our opinions.
Mhm.
Just our
Yeah,
opinions.
not facts.
If I did not quote it, it's an opinion.
Hmm.
Um, except for talking about trans women, the difference between trans women, intersex, and traps. That's actually true. But yeah, I don't know. This is very interesting. Excuse me. Just thinking about it, I'm like, maybe not immediately, but maybe somewhere down the line when we talk about our next topic, we can like bring someone who like onto the podcast who actually has like a more connection to the fetish and like just pick their brain and see why.
Like an artist.
Well, not. I mean, oh shit. Well,
Mm.
I mean, that would be dope. But
Mm.
yeah, it didn't have to be artists. It could be like just someone that we know that would be comfortable doing this,
Mm.
and so on and so forth. Just so we could just pick their brains. Um, but yeah, I think that is all we have to say for now. Unless, do you have anything else to add, Oni?
Nope. I think I said
Um,
all I need to.
before Oni takes us away, uh, for everyone watching on YouTube, you probably might have noticed there has been a rather abrupt cut. That is because obviously we are not showing. We're obviously not going to be showing um the hentai bits and pieces
Yeah.
because it has audio, which will get us demonetized and probably just flat out removed.
Mm.
So there's just another lump that you'll have to sustain. We definitely made this more to, well, one, because I wanted to make it, but two, definitely for more so for our Patreons.
Yep. And we did say we were going to do it, so it's a gift to you guys.
Yeah, this is a gift for
Um.
Patreons. So right now, for people who are watching YouTube, you have just watched like the abridged version, where we had to cut some stuff out, for reasons.
Safety
For safety
reasons.
reasons. But yeah, as I said before, if you want more the whole experience, where you talk about where we watch a scene from Futabu and I get very disgusted by literally the one thing I said I didn't want to see.
Said it too late. I already picked my scene.
Yeah, yeah, it was over before it even started. But
Mm.
yeah, well, you know where to join. The links will be down below.
Yes. And as always, guys, if you stumbled upon this video and you've never heard of us before, man, this is a weird introduction, but
Woof.
click that like button and subscribe so you can catch more of this. I promise we do a bunch of other stuff as well that you might want to check out. Also, do follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party on our Discord, all linked in the description down below. Spread your love of food on our Discord. Um, if you want to see the full version, as Drew mentioned, you can always become a patron on Patreon, which is also linked down below, or you can join via YouTube membership, which is that join button that's right there, and you can get access to the full podcast with all the little nasty bits and
Mm.
Drew's reactions and us going through the stuff. Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Um, before I go, well, first, thank you guys so much for listening and watching us. This is the first episode, so I know it's a bit crazy. By all means, leave us any, let me know how you feel. Essentially, comment. Let us know how you feel about the episode. Let me know how you feel about Buddhas. If that's your thing, if it's not your thing, the feedback. We can always use some more feedback.
Yes, agreed. Let us know, guys. As always, just a regular GNA podcast. This is an evolving process. And if you go back and watch episode 1 of the GNA podcast and then go back and watch episode
Woo!
166, which is just the one we released right now, yeah, you'll see a world of difference. So, and that's all thanks to you guys and your feedback. So, same thing here. Any kind of feedback you can offer is much appreciated. But until next time, this has been Sobroni, and
Do we do?
we'll catch you guys later. Later.
Bye.